Hey guys, how's it going? It's X666X Iron Maiden. Today we're back with more Avantasia. First time in a little while. This is the song The Seven Angels. Alright, so it's a song off the Metal Opera Part 2. The first song off the album, apparently, if this information here is correct. And a decently long one for the first track on the album, clocking in just over 14 minutes. So I'm kind of looking forward to this because this band is definitely great at those epic power metal tracks. So this definitely gives them a chance to start off the album on a good foot, you could say. Seven Angels. Actually, you know what? I just had to check something right quick about the band itself because I can't remember. At this moment, all the vocalists on this album. Just curious how many they had. At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. I'm not sure how many of them. Tracks 1 to 10, obviously Tobias is on all of them. Okay, the other ones are all kind of scattered, so I was kind of curious. I'm kind of curious how many sing on track 1, because I'm curious if it is actually just 7 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there's 8 singers on it. I was really curious if they were going to use just 7 singers for the song The Seven Angels. It would make sense. But apparently it says there's at least 8 vocalists that worked on the track. Maybe one of them is just, for like some other, like kind of in the background. So maybe it still applies, but we'll find out as we listen to the song. This one's been requested a few times, and people did notice that I did skip it for a little while on my list, which is because of the length of the song. It just, sometimes the longer songs don't fit in on certain days, so I gotta push them a little bit. Nice chill intro. That's a good way to start an album, nice and chill. Work your way in. There we go. Quality is not the best on this, sorry about that. Yeah, it's just a recording, nothing I can do. You hear that electric? I think it's an electric organ in the background. Sounds so cool. every time he kicks in singing there, it keeps making me think it's Dio for the first like 2 seconds because he has that same style, vocal style. See, we're only like just past a quarter of the way through, and I think that's already, what, the third time we've heard the chorus? Might just be 2, but it already feels like the third. Okay, here's that change up I was looking for. This part kind of makes me think of Iron Maiden a little bit, just the way it's galloping through. Switching away from that part really fast though. What was that, like 45 seconds? So far I'm interested. It's not, unless things really change here soon, it's not a song I would want to listen to that often, truthfully. It's epic for what it is so far, but it's one of those songs that you're like, okay, they did that, it's a great song, it's really well composed, but so far, we're up to 6 minutes, we're almost halfway through. It already felt kind of repetitive, and I don't know. It already kind of feels long already, and I'm only halfway through. The orchestration's really well done here. I like that. Nice harmonies. Let's go on his fill for a sec. Oh. Guitar solo kicks in a little bit over halfway through.
Once I have been lost in what they told me to believe, until I found it burning deep inside to set my spirit free. And I escaped to another world to help the little man who make me plunge into philosophy to feel my mind again. And no one left to hold me tight on the real other side, but her in chains.
And it's a beautiful keyboard part to go with his voice there. The song definitely fits the title of metal opera so far. Wow, I like that. Nice, that's beautiful. I like that. There's a lot of beautiful parts, but I'm going to go into detail more on the song after because I feel a certain way about it, but it's too much to throw in right now. Oh, I love hearing his voice though. He has such an amazing voice, like you just want to hear him singing. Especially with the levels he can go with it too. I like that, it just keeps going. No. Just working our way to the end right here. Alright, that's coming up to the ending. So, I'll just get right into my thoughts on this one. As much as there's a lot of good parts throughout, it feels like this song should have had... It feels like it could have been 2 or 3 songs all mixed into this one song. And I don't mean like when you see a band make a song and separate into, like 3 to 5 parts, or more or less. This actually had parts like that felt like it should have been separate on a different song. I mean, it doesn't happen very often for me that I find that, but this song, I found sometimes it just felt, I don't know, it just like it didn't match up, which is a shame because it had a lot of good parts, but it just, you kind of get bored as you're going through the song because I don't know, I didn't find there's anything that really made it really stand out as like a great almost 15-minute epic power ballad / power metal. It was like a mixture of like it had ballad and like actual, like, I guess the best way to explain it would be opera, rock opera, metal opera style. But I don't know, it felt like it was lacking a little bit of something here to really hold this track together and keep it interesting for the whole 14 plus minutes. It just was missing something, and there would be parts where it'd be like, okay, this part's cool, and then the part would switch again, and then it kind of would get a little bit boring or feel like it's dragging on. Now obviously this is just my opinion, obviously there's people that love this style, but for me, this song in particular, it just felt like it should have been separated into 2 or 3 songs, and it would have made more sense for me personally. It just made it, again, it just feels long, and it shouldn't. If you really want to put together a long track like this, you want it to be interesting start to finish. You don't want it to feel like it's dragging on, because the problem with that is, for me, is like, because I've listened to it this one time and it dragged on, I'm completely disinterested in actually listening to it again in the future, because I'm just going to remember how much it felt like it was taking forever to get through the track. Again, that's just my opinion, like what I'm here to do, basically. So I know some other people will like it, and then I can see why you would like it at the same time. It has a lot of good parts in it. But I say that it should be separated into a few different songs, though. I guess not really subject matter is the reason, or lyrics is the matter. It literally just comes down to the different sounds that go into here, just to get a little bit more specific on that as well. I think that's basically the biggest thing for me. It just felt like when we were listening to it, it should have been like, oh, this slower part felt like it could have been a song on its own, or the starting part, the first like 4 or 5 minutes, felt like it could have just been a part on its own to me. But I'm going to stop rambling, and hopefully you guys at least enjoyed checking it out with me. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to see more from me. I'm also on Patreon if you'd like to support the channel. And as always, you guys have a good one. I'll catch you later.